Everybody, welcome back, listeners, to the Hot Plate Podcast presented by the Hamlin Pub, where everyone is a regular. Wow, I know it has been a while. Tav, glad to have you here.
Oh, Mug, I'm glad to be back. It's been 2 years since we've been recorded an episode. We would like to first apologize to our very great listeners that listen to us. You know, we went through a tough time last year with COVID-19. Me and Mug both had a tough time with COVID-19, but we will not be releasing what that tough time is.
Nope, no details. That's a HIPAA violation. No further comments. But I will say we both went through a 10-round bout with COVID. That's as far as we're going to go. But we're here today to talk about it. So
yes, it was a rough season last year. That is why we did not record. But we want to thank you guys all for coming back and listening to us. And it's going to be a great season. We're going to win a lot of bets, and we're going to talk football. So if you love football, you can stay.
Thank you to everyone who stayed following the Instagram page through our 2-year break. We're appreciative of our followers. Also, if you didn't hear the jump around music, we can't afford it anymore due to COVID. No further questions. But
COVID killed our what?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a sponsor on today, Hamlin Pub.
Yep.
They sent me this shirt before the podcast, so I want to thank them for that. Are there sponsors? Get with it. We need your help.
Yep, we need the free merch. You know my address. We'll get you on camera.
Yep.
All right, where are we going to start here, Tav?
Let's get into things now. I'm so excited. So this is our first week recording. NFL season coming up Sunday. Week 2 of college football is coming up. We missed week 1 because we wanted to do our first recording with NFL and college together. So here, let's start, Mug. Let's start off with talking a little bit about the week 1 college football. What do you guys start with us?
Week 1 college football, obviously we're not Michigan fans, but good to see this year. Good to see Michigan.
Let's explain that. Let's explain that to our viewers.
We're not supporting Michigan this year. I'm an Indiana State Sycamores football fan, but it was good to see Michigan roll over Western. I think they played Western.
Right now we are not a Michigan podcast as we were in the past. Right now we are a college football / NFL podcast, as we like the game of football. But listen, this weekend, great. How about the Big Ten being back? And being back, I don't mean good football. I mean the first big game that we had to show the Big Ten's good is Wisconsin and Penn State, and it's just a terrible game, 0-0.
Not a single point in the first half.
Yeah.
Graham Mertz, horrible. Sean Clifford still stinks.
Yeah, but spin zone on this game. This is one of the games that you earn your stripes as football fans. If you're still watching this game going in the second half, you're truly earning your stripes of loving football and watching football.
Yeah, I mean, in that third quarter, it just has to be true football fans. Everybody had shut it off by that point. I couldn't believe I was still watching, but I think I had some money on the game.
Well, I just wanted to keep – I didn't have anything. I just wanted to see if anyone was going to score a point.
And we saw that as well with the Clemson-Georgia game. That was a big game people were talking about for months, and that was just 3 hours of hell.
That was a snooze fest. That was a horrible game to watch. I didn't even finish it. I think I stopped watching and went out in like third quarter.
That was a big thing. A lot of those week 1 games were brutal for me to watch. It was tough to get back into it. Like the Alabama playing Miami game, that was over within the first 5 minutes. It was just like,
speaking of that game, stupid me again. I'm so stupid. I thought, maybe this is the first time Alabama's going to suck. Miami, they have Derek King plus 19. They have to cover this. No, I just watched Alabama once again run up and down the field 700 times, and Miami can't stop them once. And I just feel like a stupid idiot again. It happens every year.
It's the same story. We say, Alabama's not going to cover this 30-point spread, and they do it every week.
Yeah, and they do it by the first half, and then you're sitting there like, wow, I'm so stupid.
Yep.
But, again, college football was amazing this week because all the fans are back. I know we're a COVID podcast, but wow, seeing all those fans, everyone out, sold out arena, sold out stadiums, everyone's chanting, everything, that was awesome.
Yeah, aside from the super spreader events that are going on, you love to see jump around at Wisconsin. You love to see Enter Sandman at VT. And speaking of VT, North Carolina stinks. That's my week 1 stinker.
Yeah.
Sam Howell sucks.
Whoever put him
off my draft board.
Yeah, he was terrible. I had UNC too, so that made it even worse.
One last week, 1 point. I sprinkled $10 on the Spencer Rattler Heisman line plus 550, and he goes out and throws 2 INTs against Tulane. Might be dead. The bet might be dead already. Oklahoma
Jay,
quarterback.
We should, as a podcast, we should take Matt Corral. I really like him for Ole Miss.
That's the Ole Miss guy, yes.
He's good. We should think about that.
Lane kept him coaching her from his bed, and they just roll Louisville. Great end of the week of college football.
We might be an Ole Miss podcast. Something to think about. Viewers, comment and see if we should. One last thing I'll say before we go in. My stamina for watching college football needs to be increased.
Oh,
I forgot how tiring watching wall-to-wall football is. At the end of the game, last game, you're so tired just rooting all day. I'm going to tell you, I did not make it through all of Saturday's game. Like I said, I stopped watching the Clemson Georgia game because I was tired. I got tired.
And I didn't even have a 3 TV set to make my mind go crazy. I was just watching on 1 TV, and it was that bad.
Yeah.
So we're a little washed up.
Okay, we got to train ourselves. We got to get better. We'll be better next week. Don't worry.
Yep. All right, let's dive into our NCAA picks presented by a new sponsor, Tab, if you want to give them an intro.
Okay, so our new sponsor, who we did not have our first podcast, is going to be a design team located out of Orlando, Florida. It's called Ray Leger Design. Everyone go hit up their Instagram page, look up their website, check them out. They're a great design team, and they are sponsoring us for our NCAA picks this podcast. So I'll start us off.
We really needed that sponsor because COVID hit us hard again.
Yeah, so we really appreciate them and their sponsorship. We need some merch, though. Yep. But moving on, NCAA picks this week. We start off this podcast informing you that we're no longer a Michigan podcast. That does not mean I cannot bet on Michigan. And that does not mean I cannot go to the game either. So this Saturday,
you're only betting on it because you happen to be at the game. It's not like you're a huge fan.
Correct. So I have to root for Michigan. I'm going to be at the game Saturday. Michigan is playing with Washington, who lost last week.
To an FCS, Montana.
Yep. So I'm going to be taking Michigan minus 6.5 against Washington. Not because I'm a Michigan fan, not because we're a Michigan podcast, because I will be at the game and they will cover it for me because they know I'm at the game and they want to see a Michigan podcast.
Love it. All right, my first pick, a little bit of a pander pick. Purdue minus 34 against UConn. I don't know if you guys saw, UConn just quit against Holy Cross. So what if you can get this under 5 touchdowns? I think you take it. I got it at minus 34. I love this pick.
I saw that either too, and I was thinking about putting in my picks too. I'm just not in the fact because Purdue's this powerhouse team, just because UConn is that bad.
Yeah, I think Purdue might stink. I think they do, but it doesn't matter.
But they can beat UConn by 35 points. I like that pick.
Yes.
All right, next game here. Going back in the Big Ten, college game day this week. Iowa at Iowa State.
Oh.
Iowa State played a close game against.
Yeah, FCS opponent Northern Iowa.
Yes,
they did not look good.
They only won by 6, if I'm correct. They only won by 6. Iowa blew out Indiana, who Indiana's supposed to be one of the great teams.
Frauds. Yeah. Indiana frauds.
Could be frauds. Who knows? But Iowa's plus 4.5 for that game. I will be taking Iowa plus 4.5. I think that we'll be able to cover spread. I think I might even win this game just because I don't think Iowa State's that good.
Like that pick, but I've been hearing a lot about how Iowa State usually just sucks in the first game, so it could be a little trap for you. But
yeah, that's what I was thinking. It could be a little trap, but I don't know.
Neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. All right, my next one, little Maction tied in here. Notre Dame. Hopefully they have a team next week, unless Brian Kelly kills them. But Notre Dame and Toledo over 55. Notre Dame's defense not great. I think Toledo can score 2-3 times, and Notre Dame's probably going to put up 40. So
I do like that pick. They gave up Notre Dame in that FSU game. There's like 1 million points.
Yeah.
They just keep scoring. So that's good.
Toledo's okay. Toledo's okay.
Toledo blew out someone too.
Yeah, they played Norfolk State, but they did score 50.
Okay. All right, moving on to my final pick. It's kind of a weird pick for me. I'm just going to take Kentucky minus 5 against Missouri. Kentucky's at home. Missouri played a close game against Central. Once again, this could be another trap game for me. But I remember when we first did these podcasts, Kentucky started off the year 5-0.
They were our team. They were 5-0 against the spread.
covered the spread last week for me. I think I'm just going to ride this train of them covering it for 5 straight times again for me. So that's my reason of why I'm taking Kentucky. I know nothing about Kentucky, nothing about Missouri, but I know that from they covered 5 straight times for me. So I'm back on the Kentucky Wildcats train.
Love that pick. So I have 2 more, and these are kind of just personal things for me. Temple, first off, Temple -7 against Akron. I know you guys probably saw Temple get rolled by Rutgers, but it's Akron. They're the worst team in college football. And Temple's quarterback used to be pretty good. He's from Georgia. I don't care who Akron is playing. Take them with the points. And then another one, Colorado State and Vanderbilt under. These are 2 horrible teams. So Vanderbilt and Akron are kind of going to be weekly picks for me. I think they're the worst 2 teams in college football. So Colorado State and Vanderbilt under, and then Temple -7 against Akron. Lock.
I do like it. Just betting against Temple every single week. Betting against Akron is just the best thing to do in college football lately.
Yep, they lined our pockets the last couple of years, so I think I'm going to keep rolling with it.
I like it. All right.
I think it's safe to say we both love the board for Saturday, so let's move on to Sunday.
Board. That's what you do, yeah. I do really like this board.
So we're going to move over to the NFL here, week 1. Very exciting. If you're listening to this, you just watched the Cowboys and the Super Bowl champs Buccaneers play on Thursday night.
Yeah.
So Overs Club hopefully hit. But before we get into our picks, something we did this year, we took the over-under for season wins for all 32 teams, Tav, and I think this is going to be a lot of fun.
Correct. We took every single team, 32 teams. We talked through all 32 teams, whether we liked. We went through their schedules, this and that.
A lot of conversations, a lot of arguing. We hammered it.
We have 2 different ones, mainly because it was me being stupid.
Yeah, you've got some horrible ones, I'll say.
Should we rattle through? Should I just quickly rattle through them?
I mean, you can go over some highlights maybe, but I will say, so the one that Tav went against me is the Detroit Lions, which, what was their line, 5.5?
It's just 5.
Just 5, okay. He took the over. He was crying about it because he didn't want to be with his friends watching the Lions lose, but no chance they win 5 games. I think they go 3-14 at best.
Yeah. It's a stupid pick, but it's a rooting pick. If you don't want to follow me, don't follow me. The other one we decided to do, I'm an Eagles fan. I love the Eagles. Their over-under wins total this year was 6.5. I decided to take the over. Mug decided to take the under. You know, sometimes in podcasting you don't agree. Okay.
I know it was just pre-season, but that new coach for the Eagles, they lost like 40-0 one game. That was enough for me to say they're probably going to be bottom 3 of the league. That was embarrassing.
I will be disagreeing with you on that. Yeah, so we got, over 12.5 for Kansas City, under 6.5 Jags, over 8.5 Colts. We did every single team. So if you want to follow with us, you can. We'll post it on Instagram.
I think the one mortal lock is the Titans line. That was a little low and they added a game. They only got to win 11 games, the Tennessee Titans?
It was over 9.
It was only 9. So the Titans would go 10-7 easily in that division.
Oh, and also for those because when we released this, we've already watched the game of the Cowboys-Tampa Bay game.
Yes.
We have the Cowboys under and the Bucs over. So if the Bucs win, that's a huge.
That's a huge game. That's a huge game.
That's 2 winners. It's 2 winners.
Okay, all of a sudden, I didn't realize that, but all of a sudden, I'm very excited for the game.
Yeah, so I'm going to talk us in the future. I'm going to say congratulations, Mug. We just got a 2 winner. Because the Bucs win. The Bucs have already won, should I say? Thanks, Bucs.
I think they win by 2 touchdowns. That's a little prediction. Not one of my picks. But take that for free. Take that for free.
Thank you for the double winner, Bucs.
But all right, let's get to our picks before people fall asleep here. NFL picks presented by one of our loyal sponsors, Motor City Electric. Shout out recurring guest Pat. Maybe we'll get him on this year. I don't think his picks were very good, but he was fun to have on the show. All right, Dad, you can start us off with your first pick.
I'll start us off again with my first pick. Once again, not a homer pick. A few haters out there.
Okay.
Calling homer picks, you're just a hater. I'm just a good gambler. First one, Eagles +3 road versus the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
We've talked over and over how bad this Atlanta Falcons team really is going to be. I do think the Falcons are going to suck. Are the Eagles good? Probably not. Do I love the Eagles? Yes. Are they young? Are they dangerous? Yes. I love the Eagles +3. I think it's a 1 o'clock game on Sunday in Atlanta. So take it if you want. Hate on me if you want for my homer picks. I don't care.
I think that's a fine pick. The Falcons do suck. I've said that over and over again. So that's just a toss-up for me. My first pick, Vikings -3 against the Bengals. I know the Vikings aren't great, but I'll take it to my grave that the Bengals made the worst pick ever drafting Jamar Chase. Who is going to block for Joe Burrow? The guy's on one knee. I think the Vikings win this by at least a touchdown. Because
yeah, you're right.
The
There's
Bengals
no one
really
blocking.
just have nothing.
No, yeah, I like that pick. Where's the game at?
No idea. It could be on Mars, and I'd still take it. Bengals are bad. Bengals are bad.
That's fine. All right, next one. This is kind of a pick after what these teams kind of were last year. It's Titans Cardinals, and I'm going to go over on the 52. So remember the Titans game, there's always a million points. The Cardinals game, their defense sucked. So it's kind of a pick what they were last year, and I think both offenses are still explosive. So I'm just going to take the over 52 in the game.
Like it. I think that'd be a good game to throw in a teaser as well.
Yes. We do love our teasers on the NFL.
NFL teasers are back. We're excited. I don't believe we have any on the slate this week, but just pick whatever 3 games you want. You'll win the teaser. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
My next pick, Packers Saints over 50. I think you might have some action in this game as well, but I like the over in this game. I still think Famous Jameis is going to fill it up for the Saints, but a lot of points in this one, in my opinion.
I do like it because Jameis is probably due for like 1 or 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, and the Saints have a bad defense as well, and I think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to put up maybe 5 touchdown passes in this game.
Okay, there we go. So now you're talking right into my point in my next pick. Aaron Rodgers will throw for 5 touchdowns, or at least beat the Saints by a touchdown, as I have the Packers -4.5 against the Saints. And also, the Saints aren't playing. They're in Jacksonville. They're not playing at home because Hurricane.
Yeah, they did try and they did move it there so Packers fans couldn't afford to come fly down. Some kind of weird, but again, this is another game where I think if it's on Mars, I think the Packers still cover. I think it still goes over. It does not matter.
I kind of thought it was weird how low of that spread was. Maybe it's because of the whole Aaron Rodgers thing or whatever. We'll see. But I am going to take Packers -4.5, and I think Rodgers will beat it by a touchdown. So.
Yep. And my next pick, this one, I really don't know. This is me banking on thinking Mac Jones is going to stink. Dolphins +3 against the Pats. Not a lot of confidence in Tua down there, but if he can hit his slants, they've got some good receivers now. They call him Tua slants. I call him Tua slants, but I think they cover the +3.
I do like the Dolphins this year. I'm pretty sure our season bet would take their over.
Yeah, it was kind of sketchy. It was like 9. I think it was 9.
It was pretty high.
They won 10 games last year, so.
Yeah, you're right. And when that game, Mac Jones, we don't know who he's going to be, to be honest. We have no clue. He played in Alabama, and he had every single weapon he had around him. And now he's in.
That's just like Tua as well. So this is kind of the mystery Alabama quarterback game. What are they made of?
That's true. Who will be the better Alabama quarterback? This is a quarterback game.
Yes.
Okay, Alabama quarterback game. You heard it here first.
Perfect. So I eyeballs on that game all of a sudden. We just put it on the map.
Yep. Okay. All right. So that's our NFL picks. Thank you guys for listening to those picks. Mug, if you want to get into now the classic more lock of the week, which does not usually lose people. So.
Yes, I'm back. I think if we throw back to 2 years ago before COVID hit, I was probably 5-0 before this thing came crashing down. And these aren't going to be picks typically that are in the U.S. So we're going to kick it over to Europe for Mug's Mortal Lock of the Weekend, presented by Hendrickson, our newest sponsor, I guess I should say. Our resident guest picker, Z, he's got the best record on our picks. He tried to tell me to throw into the show, so there's your shout out, Z. But
our dear friend.
Yes, Man U -2 versus Newcastle. CR7 is back. I'm not a huge Ronaldo fan, but I think Man U probably wins like 5-1 just because, kind of a fun bet. But I think it's a lock.
Okay, perfect. I like that. I don't know anything about that, but I like that.
I won't be watching the game. I might forget to even mention it next show, but somebody let me know what happens in that game. So, please.
This is good podcasting. You guys let us know how this more line goes. But they don't lose. They didn't lose when we first had them. So
Right.
yeah. Okay. You guys take that and take our word for it.
All right. You got anything else?
No, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited for NFL. Being a fat, stupid idiot on the couch from 1 o'clock p.m. to midnight. And my fantasy team loses. I lose all my bets, but I'm so happy with myself still. I'm so excited.
Yes, we are back officially. The boys will be back watching ball in a couple of weeks. We've got that to be excited for. We hope you enjoyed this show. What were you saying?
I was thinking maybe we could get an in-person podcast, but no, we're going to be with each other Saturday, Sunday. So forget about that. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, probably not going to work, but we're going to try and continue this show, get it back rolling, see what the people are liking. But just glad to be back.
Yes, very. Thank you guys for listening. Love you.
Love you guys. Bye.